Okay, so I used to be a lot larger than I am now. People would just call me fat a lot. I know I've lost a lot of weight, so it doesn't happen anymore, but it's still a thing that happens to other people, so this is gonna be a little rant for anyone who's had to, or still has to, suffer through people just calling them fat in in a rude way. This is for you. Enjoy. This is also a little bit for people who call people fat just randomly. Consider this a learning experience. People, sometimes they'll just come up to me, right, and they'd be like, "You're fat." Why are you telling me this? Like, honestly, why? In their mind, right, are they like the first person to say this to me? Do they think that people just sort of wake up fat? And like they just haven't seen any mirrors, they just don't know? They're like, I must inform this person, they're clearly ignorant, I'm gonna tell them that they're fat. Or perhaps they've never seen a fat person and their existence is shocking because they knew the word fat, but it was this mystery word, lacking context or understanding, and yet when they finally see yonder fat person, they're like, oh, it makes sense! Finally I have something to put the word to! So they are compelled to exclaim, "You're fat!" Finally, they're like, oh, I've achieved something. Finally, they can no longer struggle with it because they finally know what the word means. Or do they think that I live in a cave and that I've just somehow only recently escaped, potentially by eating the rocks that covered the entrance? Are you going to call the local news immediately afterwards? Because, you know, other people must know apparently if you're in the habit of telling me. Why keep it a secret? You know, let's all just gather around so people will know that you have seen a person that is larger than, you know, other people that you know. Do you do the same thing for people over 6 feet tall? Do you just think if you say it enough that like a bunch of fat people just like congregate and have a competition to see who wins? Because clearly if this is the thing of importance that, you know, it must be stated, then clearly, you know, maybe I want to win. I want to be the best one. Otherwise, what is the point? Is there a prize at the end? Do I get money? Do I get a holiday so I can get away from you? Like, do I get a badge after you're done stating the obvious? What is it that you were trying to accomplish? Were you trying to test your tongue after getting a tongue transplant? Is that like, because that makes sense to me. Like, the doctor is like, no, you need to test out the tongue so it doesn't like atrophy, so you need to go around stating the obvious, like, you're fat, your eyes are blue, the sky is so large that we cannot fully comprehend it because we cannot perceive it as a whole due to its vastness. Oh, there's a bird. Do I also need to say obvious things back at you? Like, is this the new hip young thing that people do? You have shoes. Your shirt has buttons on it. Your parents didn't love you, and thus you are emotionally stunted as a person. But thank you so much for this brand new information. Oh, bless you, bless you. I fall down at your feet and praise the heavens that sent us this messenger of wisdom. Others were just too weak to tell me this. You are the pinnacle of courage, braveness to not keep this secret from me. Years I have gone unaware, until you have come to help me by telling me I'm fat. Are you like a walking, talking Wikipedia? What else do you know? Can I just ask you random questions? Like, did we really land on the moon? What's really in Area 52? Can jet fuel melt steel beams? Will the anti-vaccination movement ever really grow a brain? Tell me more, please enlighten me. Do you want to touch my fleshy fingers and fat palms and tell me my future? Do I find true love? Do I win the lottery? Does this conversation end with you growing as a person and realizing that you shouldn't have started it in the first place? What is the end goal? Are you testing to see that your eyes still work, that you can tell the size of objects? You know, good job. Now work on your brain. It's just unnecessary and it doesn't achieve anything. If you're honestly the kind of person who thinks that shaming people is going to help them, well, guess what? I hope you never try and build yourself a house, otherwise you'll end up homeless. Because you clearly don't know how things work. Studies show, you know, if you shame people for being fat, they don't lose weight on average, they eat more. You are the problem. That's like saying that, like, a computer has a virus just because you don't understand the operating system. The computer is just fine. You have a problem. You need work. Are you the kind of person who just like deliberately makes mess just so cleaners will have something to do? No, they have enough to do. They'll get on without you. You're just making things harder. Your tongue works, and to prove it, instead of saying that people are fat, why not just, you know, use a tongue twister instead and say she shells by the seashore? Just stop shaming people for things about themselves that don't affect others. Being fat is not one of those things that affects others. Just stop doing it. Why are you wasting your life? Okay, yeah, I'm fine. As you can tell, being called fat a lot has left me emotionally well adjusted and pretty stable. Okay, so goodbye YouTube. Be a better person. New thing called Comment of the Week. First comment of the week ever goes to My Charlie Quinn. It's raining men. I don't know how much longer the roof will hold up. The sound they make as they hit the ground is unforgettable. At first it was a bone-breaking thud, now it's a meaty squelch. I wish they wouldn't scream as they fell. And then a follow-up with, I write picture books for children. Thanks, Charlie Quinn. Girl, you light up my world like nobody else. Everybody who's ever hurt me is going to burn. What do you have for that, Timmy? Do you have AIDS? No, you don't. Suck it up.